Hey everyone, it's Armory Gaming. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to Monster Legends. Are you ready for a Monster Legends sneak peek video? We have a ton of information. I waited till we had information, so now let's get into it. I am on Chinchilla Leaks, link in the description if you want to follow along. Reminder, it is also available in Spanish if you are Spanish speaking. With that being said, let us start off. So this information was updated on November 13th, and let me also just emphasize that this is not official, it is not confirmed. Alright, so in case something ends up not happening, it's because this is all unofficial information. So the multiplayer chest, there were some changes to the multiplayer chest. I literally just made a video about this. I'll link it in the description, make sure to check it out. It's interesting because everyone hates the multiplayer chest system, myself included, but when I was going over the numbers, it's actually better, at least as of right now, if you happen to pull a tier 6 chest. I don't know how many of you have actually gotten lucky and gotten a tier 6 chest, but that one, after one day of opening, will give you 200 cells, which is pretty incredible. With that being said, we have the Witch Cat's banner exclusive. Okay, that's whatever. Alright, so here we have a brand new monster. Let's see what this monster can do. Removes negative effects from an ally, heals by 25%, deals very little special damage to an enemy, applies reverse healing. I love the reverse healing mechanic, especially with so many relics in the game that can heal. This can be the worst enemy, right? You apply this on the enemy, a relic triggers, and they die. Bad Joke removes positive effects from an enemy, applies double healing. So it looks like this double healing, reverse healing is supposed to work together. If it applied 2 in 1, that would make sense, but right now I don't like it like that. Killer Joke deals moderate magic damage to an enemy, applies life regen to one enemy. So again, going on the whole reverse healing mechanic, you do bottom of the deck on one turn, on the next turn you do Killer Joke and give life regen. Getting crazier. Heals all allies by 50%, heals enemies by 25%. I'm getting like some Altus's pet vibes right here with all the reverse healing mechanics. Applies physical weakness to enemies, gives 1 extra turn. Interesting. Masher starter. Masher. Alright, so this gives physical weakness and an immediate extra turn. So physical weakness, honestly, if you have like a Nor on your team, that could work out really well. Nor has only physical based attacks if we're going back with mythic monsters. Let's see, deals low special damage to enemies, applies reverse healing to enemies, removes positive effects. I love this right here. Great skill right here. It is a cleansing, positive effect removal. It is a reverse healing, which plays on relics and life regen. It also deals some damage, so depending what relic you have, your relic can trigger. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. So definitely love this skill right here. I love getting crazier as well because that is a huge heal on your team, as well as a 25% heal, which obviously will work against the enemy if they have reverse healing. The extra turn skill is nice. Let's see what else we have. 1 extra turn to an ally removes negative effects. Wow, that is good. Masher reprise, that is really good. What is up with all these turn transferring wolves? Gives 1 extra turn, removes negative effects from all allies. That is a phenomenal turn transfer that also cleanses from your whole entire team. So this monster gave himself an extra turn with a physical weakness. Physical weakness, depending on if you have an ally that has physical attacks, that's whatever. If anything, this just resets essentially the cooldown. But you can literally cleanse from your whole team and then cleanse from the enemy team. On top of that, apply reverse healing. This too, hands down, I like. The rest of the skill set, I'm honestly a little iffy on. Like, yeah, it's nice to have that heal. If the enemy doesn't have reverse healing, you're healing them. But if they do have reverse healing, this is a phenomenal 50% heal and minus 25% on the enemy. What else would I do? Life regen to an enemy, I wouldn't do that. Double healing, I wouldn't do that. I'd probably run bottom of the deck if I had this monster. I'd run bottom of the deck. I'd run Master Masher, maybe. For sure, Churn on itself. These two are must-have skills. I might run removes negative effects from an ally, heals by 25. A little Anarchy, if that's especially... Yeah, this is spammable. This is 0 cooldown right here. So you can use this every single turn. So I love that. A little Anarchy, that's good. So you might do without Masher starter, especially with so many... If you don't need the physical weakness, with so many, well, not really so many, with Hardy and Chucklemuckle being in the meta so much now because every single monster has extra turn skills or turn transferring, you might not need this. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's see, where do we get this monster? He's gonna be a quest monster. So if you combine Voltic or Erdicus and Lord Moltres or Galante, you can get this monster. And if not, you get 3 other legendaries: Wolfgang, Taiga, and Narok. Alright, for every successful breeding, you'll get a quest scroll. So this is our new quest monster. So of course, if you do get the quest scroll and you complete the quest, you'll get an additional 200 cells. So that's at least rank 1. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm definitely gonna be going for this monster. This skill, I think, is just a phenomenal monster. I'm looking at this monster as a team speed holder. Obviously, because he has turn transfer, he can even be a 3-speed. Have him go first and cleanse, depending on what his trait is. Like if the enemy tries to... yeah, it just really depends. I'm not going to mention it because unless the trait tells us later on. Healer reverse, turn transfer. Well, I didn't even say the name. Lupundo's a wild child in the wolf pack. He drives his father and sister crazy, but in critical battles, he's the glue that keeps his family together and the one that makes sure they all make it to the next fight with that cleansing. That is awesome. Monster what cells we have going on. We have the quest, so that is what the monster looks like. It looks like a hyena more than a wolf. So yeah, that's that. Bingston breeding events. I don't really care for that. Capitalized breeding events. Combine Virtual Urticus Bright to get Kanobuki, the last elite monster. You also get some Tails token and some orbs. You could also get Dunraw if you're in need of a Megaton monster. Yeah, it may be a legendary, but it still works out. Collection breeding event to get Amiibo, Toshiro, Inquisitor Fullman. All of these you can read them for yourself. Spawny breeding event. Spawny. This is honestly just to get additional maze coins, right? And I believe this is going to be another wolf monster, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, look, there's an update. This quest is very special. You can start off by getting a new mythic monster by combining Mercurius or Baylor. Oh, so they changed it. You don't need Voltic anymore. It's going to be Mercurius and Baylor. The chances, so it's the same. Everything else looks the same. The combo chain from Voltic and Lord Moltis to Mercurius and Baylor. So make sure you have those monsters. Here's another monster we have coming up. Calamedic. Alright, let's see what... Oh, wait. Oh, we have another monster. Oh, do you remember that name? That name was in Master Masher's skill set. It's the turn transfer skill that applies bleed. So this might be the combo together. Or this monster is probably going to have physical based attacks. Because remember, Soldier Point said that these three wolf monsters were going to synergize like no other monsters ever synergized before in the world of Monster Legends. So I'm imagining some physical based attacks. In which case, for sure, you're going to want to run the physical weakness skill. So when you get all three, or even these two. Let's see. Applies vulnerable to an enemy, deals low nature damage. I gotta admit, it's really cool that this applies vulnerable and then deals damage. You know, it kind of reminds me of Ignis that has a spawnable vulnerable skill. But this guy's like, nope, I'm gonna vulnerable you and then deal low nature damage, which makes it 50% stronger. Deals moderate physical damage. Both of these skills are spammable, by the way. Alright. Removes shield and deals low physical damage to an enemy. This skill, Wild Charge, would be super useful against the likes of Shelly that can apply shields. Deals low nature damage, applies bleed to all enemies. Hey, don't you get a bleed hater? Right? Bleed hater, extra turn from your Master Masher if you have them. Removes positive effects from itself twice. Wait, what? It removes positive effects from itself twice. Oh, so in case you yourself have a positive effects protection, it is gone. Applies life regen and evasion to itself. I don't really care about that. Survival of the fittest, removes shields from all enemies, deals moderate physical damage to all enemies, applies vulnerable. Removes positive effects from itself twice. Again, applies triple damage for 2 turns and stamina regen. Triple damage is nice, but it's not the best thing in the world. Applies bleed to all enemies, deals moderate physical damage, applies damage boost. Oh my gosh, that skill is crazy. It sucks. No, it's only good with Master Masher. Because Master Masher gives you Bleed Hater and an immediate extra turn. So then you go with this monster and you do Blood Spilling Finale. You apply Bleed first, which means then your Bleed Hater triggers, which means then that moderate physical damage becomes 3 times more powerful. And at the end of all that, if anyone is alive, you get Damage Boost, which you can follow it up with another AoE skill next turn. This guy is a taunt killer. Like, you don't need Katsuko if you have Master Masher and these guys in a combo. The bleed moderate physical is phenomenally strong. Obviously, if you have this monster first, and this monster does the physical weakness, right? If you do physical weakness against all the enemy monsters, and it would be like this. Physical weakness, extra turn to itself. You turn transfer to Master Masher. Master Masher turn transfers over to this monster, and this monster does... Where is it? This monster just finishes the game off with Blood Spilling Finale. That's what Social Point meant by... it's a combo like no other. Obviously, if the enemy has a Hardy, if they have a Chucklemuckle, they might be able to counter. Obviously, this really wouldn't work in a war scenario unless you specifically have every single monster in its place, and then you needed to purchase the exclusive Legends Pass. But it's not too crazy. Let's go away from Master Masher and the combos. If we just look at this monster, I do like the vulnerable low nature. I do like that you remove shields, but removing shields and low physical isn't anything too crazy. I'm not really a fan of the fact they remove positive effects from yourself twice and apply this. Like, it's really just life regen and evasion. And this is really just triple damage and stamina regen. I mean, if you could keep it, that's nice. But if not, it kind of sucks. But yeah, I mean, if you synergize with these two monsters, you either have a bleed hater working for you or a physical damage hater working for you. Or not a physical damage, sorry. A physical weakness against the enemy. So it's good, but it's nothing. I don't think it's too crazy. He got a lot of thumbs up, but I don't think he's too crazy. Triple damage, 2 turns, life regen, insane physical. The ultimate is crazy. The ultimate is a game-changing ult. If you get this monster's ult, you win the game. If the enemy gets this monster's ult, you can lose the game. Because you literally triple damage and then deal insane physical damage to everyone. That is too powerful. Wow, the ultimate is crazy. This is the kind of ultimate that you're about to win the game and the enemy ults you and you cry because you got ulted at the last second. That sucks so much. Did I read this monster ultimate? Deals insane special, applies 3 random negative effects. That's whatever, depending on how this monster is ruined. Probably going to be a speed or team speed. Yeah, the ult on this guy is insane. But the skill set, it's nothing too crazy. On his own, it's really nothing too crazy. Let's look at the other monster. Deals moderate water damage, applies drown, removes negative effects from an ally. Spammable, so that's pretty cool. Moderate water damage, drown, removes negative effects from itself. Okay, self-cleanse, heals by 30. Trade protection. Okay, so you can get trade disabled. I'm thinking, like, if this monster goes before Tabora, the fact that you can just trade protection an ally, that's pretty cool. I would love a trade protection and positive effect protection. That'd be cool. Heals one ally by 50%, applies double damage to one ally. Actually, wait. Trade protection? What if the enemy has removes positive effects then trade? Like, doesn't that... Maybe Tabora... No, maybe Tabora can still trade disable you. Because I think Tabora removes positive effects and then just trade disable. So you would lose your trade protection. So that might not work out. Heals 1 by 50%, double damage, applies Thunderphobic Shield to an enemy. So you can only take damage from the Thunder element. Okay, that could potentially be useful. Let's see what else we have. Heals all allies by 30%. Especially on a Megataunt or on a Taunt monster, this really helps. Because then they basically can't take any damage. Heals all allies by 30, applies precision damage boost. This is a support monster. Removes negative effects from all allies, applies straight protection. Hey! Negative effects, straight protection, life regen. That's pretty cool. Moderate water damage, drown, and thunderphobic shield to everyone. That's awesome. So if the enemy has no thunder monsters, they can't hurt you. Removes negative effects from my allies, straight protection, thunderphobic shield. Okay, I don't think he's crazy good. I don't think he's crazy good, but he's definitely kind of like the name implies, right? He's a medic. A medic monster. Looking at it through again. Definitely the drown and thunderphobic shield is a must run. The whole team cleanse. Trade protection is also nice. We haven't really been seeing trade protection, so that's a nice little buff. It's funny that you have life regen, and we also have a monster that can give you reverse healing. The heals are also nice. Double damage and thunderphobic. I think that's what would probably run. The whole team precision damage was also pretty nice, especially the precision. Negative effects from itself. I don't think you would run this. I think you'd probably go with the spammable underwater kits, and then these two skills and one of the heals. The 50 is nice for your attacker and double damage and thunderphobic. So probably this one right here. The precision is also useful, but then I think seriously just for the attacker, just buff the attacker and you're good to go. So I can see him being useful. I don't think he's crazy though. Attacker with shield break and vulnerable skills. Yeah, we went over this monster. The most bloodthirsty of the 3 wolves. While her father, Master Masher, guides the pack, the brother Lupo protects it. Ullrica is the one that actually did the killing. Yeah, definitely does. Let's see, this is going to be a tail monster, it looks like. So Calimetic is a tails monster. Oh, here we have a trait. Blind immunity. Ha! Take that, Vampira. You cannot blind this monster. Blocked resurrection. That is useful, right? No reviving on the enemy side. And status caster reverse healing. Okay, this monster just got a lot interesting because you literally start the game off with a status caster reverse healing. If one of the enemies starts off with a life regen, they're already in trouble. And then again, relics triggering. That is pretty awesome. Okay, I like this monster a lot more now. So yeah, maybe you could just go in. Yeah, because you have a status caster, you get this monster ring 3. This is definitely getting crazier as a skill you utilize more. It's not like the enemy's gonna remove their unless they have a cleanser. The AI is probably not gonna prioritize removing the reverse healing. Okay, I'm liking the monster more. Let's see, and then blocking resurrection too. That's nice. Let's see, what else do we have? Tail opens to all, will be open to everyone with or without tokens. Oh, cool. Play to collect monster cells, diamond relic, and a gold key. So why should you collect skulls if they're not required? You can probably get additional items. Yeah, by claiming the gold key, you'll be able to exchange skulls to collect chests containing some cells. Alright, cool. So previously, it looks like whether or not you get skulls, you're still going to be able to participate in the Tails event. The survival, we've gone over this. The quest, I believe we went over this as well. Wolf's Lair Maze. Alright, this is where you get the incredible attacker. Gosh, I wish I had the Legends Pass to use mazes, so I don't actually have to collect maze collector tickets. Here we have, at rank 0, she's hardened. At rank 1, she's immune to control. That's awesome. She's immune to control. And damage. She's damage boost at the start of the battle, so... Gosh, this is probably going to be the best attacker we've seen in a while. Yeah, well, actually, no. I feel like my head is just trying to combo them all together, but standalone... standalone, the ultimate is still insane. Starting the game off with a damage boost. Again, bleed, moderate physical damage boost. You can do triple, but I really wouldn't run these. Let me see. Remove shield. Actually, I would run this one. Remove shield, physical damage, vulnerable. I don't know. I don't know how strong it'll be, even with that damage boost at the start of the battle. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. The control immunity is nice, and Harden's obviously nice against dots. Oh wait, there is an update. New Moon. Removes positive effects from itself twice, applies life regen, removes positive and negative effects. Okay, that's a lot better. That is definitely a lot better. Now I would consider running it because it actually cleanses negative effects. And so does Full Moon. They both cleanse negative effects, triple damage, stamina regen. I mean, the cool thing about this monster with the allies now, we have so many churn transfer monsters where you could set up a triple damage, churn transfer, and then deal crazy amounts of damage. Not to mention, you have damage boost at the start of the battle if you have this monster at rank 3, triple damage, and then do an AoE. Ooh, they are in trouble. And then, of course, our final monster. Alright, guys, so we went over like 4 different monsters. We went over the wolf monster. We went over Calamedic. Any thoughts on everything coming up? Let me know in the comments below. I am super curious to hear you guys' thoughts. Thank you guys very much, and remember to subscribe.